What is up, survivors? It has been a minute since I've done one of these, but while we're at the end of our season 5 Ark playthrough and opening up into season 6, I figured let's go over a mod review of the mods that we have used in the last playthrough that we haven't done reviews on yet. And for some crazy reason, we've never done the Harvs Corner Mod. So that's what we're talking about today's mod review. And it's been a little minute. I got to get back into the gist of things, man. I'm out of practice kangaroo, which by the way is a pretty awesome thing. Anyway, let's bring our HUD back in here and talk about everything that is incorporated in this mod. So everything that you need to craft will be on this Habanero crafting station. You can make it on your person. And let me find it real quick. I have GCM on, so a lot of this stuff's just popping up. But you just need stone to make it. I believe it's an auto level 1. Yeah, level 1, you unlock it, place it down. And you'll be able to craft everything that's in this mod right here inside of this crafting station. There are a couple of canvases you'll be able to make, a large, medium, and small, as you can blatantly see. They are pretty awesome, if you ask me. Pretty awesome. We also have a banner too. You have a pretty cool standing banner. These crafting stations are awesome because they're tiny crafting stations. So we have a tiny replicator, a tiny forge, and a tiny fridge. This is absolutely adorable. Excalibur, the creator of this mod, knew my love for Procoptodons, kangaroos, and decided to do me a solid favor and give us a tech kangaroo. And there's also a tech one just hanging out on top of the replicator. These will operate just like any other Indie Forge replicator fridge. It's just a lot smaller to make our lives a lot easier. They still work like a replicator. It still works like a fridge. They are just super, super, super small. And they're awesome. So there's a few other things that are incorporated in here, one of which is something that you actually will not see, but there is an auto Ingram unlocker. So typically you can set your game settings so that you auto unlock Ingrams when you level up instead of spending the points. What this allows you to do is actually level up, but then your screen isn't full of all the Ingrams that you're unlocking. And what we found that this can actually cause a lot of lag on servers a lot of times when all those add-ons are running and trickling down. This hides all of that so that you don't see it, and it's actually really helpful, and your screen's not full of all the crazy crap that you unlock every 5 seconds. Back inside the crafting station, there are a few other things as well. There are some consumables. This one is really cool because we do build events on our server, but we don't necessarily want to give out the admin codes to all of our servers. So what we enable in the INI is the ability to craft this creative token. Consuming this token will give you GCM and allow you to craft whatever you want without giving someone admin access, which is a pretty awesome concept. You just get build creative mode. That's all that you get out of that. The second is an ascension token. This will max your ascension out. So it's not like you need to go through each different one. You do one, it maxes it completely out. You're done. You have a max level unlock, right? The mind wipe tonic is also good too. Not only does this work on people, this will work on your dinos as well, and it does not have an expiration, so you don't have to worry about it expiring. Like I said, this works on tamed dinos. It also works on people's. The rename token is actually pretty cool. What we found in our server a couple of times is the people that wanted to rename their character for whatever reason. Consuming this will allow you, bring up a UI and allow you to rename your character. Into the conversions, this is what we talked about. You can actually convert normal crafting stations into these other crafting stations. So if you had a regular Indie Forge before you used a mod like this, you could drop it in and convert it over. That'll be a Harvs Corner, be a mini forge or mini fridge or mini replicator, however you want to do it. The skins, obviously, these are pretty self-explanatory. They come with a riot set. They're all costume slots for your normal armor, so you don't have to change anything out. This, what I have on, is the green set, and looks pretty fancy. You guys have probably seen this before. And then also there is an RGB, and let me pull out the let's pull out the helmet just so we can look at that. And that's a pretty dead giveaway about how this is going to work. So as we can see, we get a cool color change. This will apply to the whole armor if you put all the armor skins as well. This applies to hat skins for dinos that can have hats too. So if you want something running around with a giant RGB color changing chili helmet, you can totally do that. Also in the conversions is that spyglass. We're going to talk about how the spyglass works in general, and then you can craft the structures normally for the crafting stations. Instead of converting them, you can just make them straight from here as well. The spyglass is pretty cool. It's got a lot of different abilities. If you hover over it with your cursor, it'll tell you all the different toggles to change the UI lights changed, vision, things like that. But just for sake of argument, our shift, but just for a quick demonstration, we can change this to like a night vision, which is kind of cool. You can do an outline of creatures that are nearby. So we have that green outline, and you'll see like a white outline on that bird out there, that angry bird that I hate. The other cool option is being able to highlight targets and seeing what all their stats are, which is kind of nice. You'll be able to see if they have mutations, which are patrilineal, matrilineal on tame dinos, what all their stats are, how many levels they've gotten into, how many times they've been leveled up in certain stats too. This makes it really easy for breeding. A lot of times when you're breeding dinos, if you're familiar, you don't necessarily want to spend the stat points on them because you want to keep track of what their statistics actually are. But if you use something like this, you could level this creature up and still be able to tell. For instance, we can grab this guy and level up his health, walk away to get this UI to go away, come back, and we see in the health option it's 29-1, means it has 29 levels normally, and we added another one to it. But that first number would indicate what stats would get passed down through breeding, which is pretty cool. So not only does it do that, but for wild dinos, it gives us all the information as well. It gives us all their stats, their taming food, their health, their torpor when they're knocked out, color patterns, everything. It gives us all the stuff. Super useful when you're out there taming or looking for something to tame. You can look at a max level creature, but then also look at the stats that it has already to see if it's actually worth your time or not. And it has pretty decent range. But again, this is fully customizable. You can change the UI, how big or small it is, all that good stuff. Just by hovering over it, you'll get a full list of all the numbers, things to hit to change all the stuff that you want to change. The Tech Kangaroo, the Hoposaurus Rex. I love this guy. So this functions exactly like a kangaroo already. It will take the same saddle. You can ride in the pouch. It'll pick up babies and do the whole, you can do all the stuff that the normal kangaroo can do. It just looks like a robot version. Now, tech creatures typically have some different bonuses. This guy does not, so don't pay attention to that. I know how sometimes tech creatures have a higher level cap than normal creatures do. This guy doesn't. He's still a normal kangaroo at the end of the day, but you just look gorgeous. You really do. He's a little bit smaller actually, but I really like that. Other things to notice that this mod does have is a fully customized INI, so you can change all these things to do however you want. If you want certain engrams to unlock, or maybe not. If you want bigger slot counts in some of your crafting stations, you can do that as well. You can change whether or not the structures are pickupable or not. It's up to you. There's also a platform and ocean pickup prevention. This means that when you're placing tree stands or ocean platforms, they take a lot longer to pick up, so you don't accidentally pull it up and break all your stuff like I tend to do all the time. Anywho, that's pretty much it. It's a small mod, but man, I gotta tell you, not only am I a little, I'm a little biased, right? Because it's mine, because there's my name all over it. But I gotta tell you, as a small content creator, for somebody to go out of the way and make something like this for me, I don't know, it makes you feel like you made it. It feels like this is where you know you made it. It's like if you're a musician and Weird Al covers one of your tunes, like this is how you know you made it, when an awesome mod creator comes back and makes a cool mod with all your stuff in it. Hats off to Excalibur for that one, and I appreciate it. We will have a link to the Steam Workshop page in the description of the video, so you guys can check that out. And again, we're going to do a couple more of these to go over the mods that we've been using on the Season 5 playthrough, which started on the Chasm and ended on Fjordur. And we'll go through all the mods that we haven't already done mod reviews on, which I honestly think is just one other one. But anywho, we're going to do those before we roll into Season 6, and I hope you guys appreciate it. So if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up for me, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will see you all on the next one.